Exactly.
That's not just called liking drink.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing. Right now, there could be a little bit of beer and alcoholics. The consequences isn't enough. Like for some people, like today in my age, like I don't drink because like my hangovers are actually like bad. You know what I mean? In college, I used to drink and I'll deal with the consequence of that, right? But you knew what the right choice was to make, and you still didn't make it. It might have even resulted in you not like waking up early. You missed something in the morning. You wanted to get your dogs out. You got them out a little bit later. There's a consequence to that. You see what I mean? How often do we know that we shouldn't cheat on our boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, and wives, but people still do it? There's consequences to that. You know what I mean? People still do it. How often do you know that you shouldn't speed, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that? You guys get my point, right? A lot of times we know, I know I should do my homework tonight, I shouldn't go out, but she's having a party and it's killer. I'll try to do my homework tomorrow morning before class, right? We often know what the right choice is to make, and just because we know the right choice, we still don't make it. So I ask you this question. If as humans, we know what the right choice is, and we still don't make it, is it fair to hold our dogs to a higher standard than humans? Do we really believe that the dog knowing the right choice, they're always going to make it? Even if you do a good job, it's unrealistic. So we have to be prepared to get the behaviors when we train in a way where we hope that they make it. We hope they do it, we teach them that it's right, but they still don't do it. And if you're not preparing yourself for that, I think you're doing your dog and yourself as a dog owner or your clients a disservice. Selling them on the belief that we're just going to teach them the right choice and you never have to tell them no. The problem is we don't even teach our kids that way. Now I use the ice cream truck analogy, right? I take Billy, and we're going to get to the other two in just a second. I take Billy, and I go, Billy, because Billy's so polite, right? And the ice cream truck pulls up, and he goes, Dad, can I get ice cream? He's like all snot-nosed. Can I go get ice cream? And I'm like, Billy, when the ice cream truck comes up, you don't have to ask permission, just go. And every day Billy went. But for whatever reason, one day the ice cream truck pulls up across the street. Across the street of a double, like a very busy intersection. Now, innocently, he didn't mean it. Billy runs across the street. He almost gets hit by 3 cars. The positive reinforcement only mantra is reward the good, ignore the bad. Just ignore it. Don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. It will disappear. When the dog or the child makes the right choice, just reward that. Imagine if we did this with Billy. Billy always got ice cream, always got ice cream, always got ice cream. It pulls up across the street. I see him run across the street, almost get hit by 3 cars. According to that mantra, I'm supposed to ignore it. Don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. Tomorrow, when the ice cream truck pulls up in front of my house, not across the street, and he goes and gets ice cream, reward that. And that will fix the mistake. Now, I know a lot of you guys are laughing and smirking, but like, this is a real question, and it's not to beat you up over it. Is there anyone here that like sees that as like something that will fix the mistake? You can teach the right behavior, but it's not addressing the problem. Now, the only thing I would say is our approach to correct that might change based on the child's age. If the child is very young, I might, hey, you can't never do that. You can get really hurt if you don't, cross the street without mommy and daddy's hand, blah, 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 this and that. If it was an older kid, it was my teenager, I'd probably slap him across the head. What the hell's the matter with you? You didn't look across the street? Maybe it would be a little bit different, right? But I would address it nonetheless. Ignoring the mistake is not going to make the mistake away when the opportunity presents itself again.
Unless the kid gets classical conditioned by being hit and next time don't
Exactly. But then here's the...
Or he's dead.
Exactly. So then this is the question that I have. At some point, the kid is probably going to learn. You have an opportunity as a handler to correct or teach a lesson in a way that is probably far less harsh than nature. Nature in this situation is going to be the car. And the car is going to hit you, and you might not make it. Right? Or on the West Coast, they have rattlesnakes. Yep. They do something called rattlesnake aversion. And what they do is they use remote collars very differently than the way we use remote collars because it's purely just to correct. Highest setting, when this dog, beautiful dog, great dog, sees the rattlesnake, they trap him in like boxes and stuff, so it's like still safe if the dog makes a mistake. They blast it. Not ideal, right? And sucks. The dog might yelp. The dog might feel pain. However, what starts to happen is when it shows interest, bop! When it shows interest, bop! It takes 3 to 5 times. Eventually, that dog, just like when I talk to dog friends for the couch, goes, anytime you hear or you see that slithering thing, the animal, whatever the hell that is, stay away from it. It has magical powers. Nuh-uh, what do you mean? I'm telling you. All right, go ahead, go try it. And then it gets corrected. When it sees it, it knows how to hightail it. And believe it or not, that pain that we administered saved the dog's life. Or you can have it learn the hard way. Let it get bit by a rattlesnake.
Yep.
Because you didn't want to administer mild or temporary pain that saved the dog's life. That's the argument for some people. Some people say, oh, I'd rather like kill a dog than have it feel like any pain. And it doesn't mean that every punishment or correction needs to be painful. I'm not saying that. But in some contexts, in some situations, if I have to administer pain to keep you alive because you're going to bite a child, and you're already living a choice, a life where your choices matter, you're going to make the connection that that happened not for no reason. It happened for something that you did. If you don't live a life where your dog's choices matter, your dog's spoiled and they're brats, what happens is they are very likely to make the connection that they only feel correction when they see kids, and kids are the problem. Yeah. And that's more of a timing and a structural issue than it is a punishment issue. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as saying don't give your kid vaccinations, you know, because it might hurt them for a second, but let them get the flu or let them get...
To that too, that people have, but like they don't
no, but assuming that it's an okay vaccination, it's like, yeah.
Kind of, that's a little bit crazy. So, so that's something that we kind of have to look at. So, what we're also going to get into, we spoke about one form of reinforcement. We spoke about one form of punishment because they actually go hand in hand. Now what we're going to jump into is the other form of reinforcement, because it is very important to understand